Okay, so by nommer 3 het hulle vir jou gesê, bewys dat sin x plus cos x kwadraat plus sin x minus cos x kwadraat gelyk is aan 2. Now remember, if you have a bracket and you square it, you get 3 terms. Nee? 'n hakie wat gekwadreer word is 'n 3 term. So I'm going to start on the left hand side because on the right hand side there's really not much you can do with a 2. Nee? So ek gaan begin aan die linkerkant en sê daai hakie as ek hom kwadreer is sin kwadraat x plus 2 sin x cos x plus cos kwadraat x. All of that is still the first bracket squared. So that thing expands to 3 terms. Ek gebruik die kortpad metode, maar as jy nou, dan sê jy gehad het sin x cos x plus sin x cos x wat vereenvoudig na 2 sin x cos x toe. Maar ek kom op daai neer. And then this one, sin squared x minus 2 sin x cos x. Onthou dit mag maar cos x sin x ook wees, dit maak nie saakie. Plus cos kwadraat x. And this one, if you simplify it, you get 2 sin squared x plus 2 cos squared x. Want daai term en daai term kanselleer mekaar uit. If you have positive 2 sin x cos x and you have negative 2 sin x cos x, then you have no sin x cos x. Okay. So here you can go and take out a common factor of 2. And this is one of our identities. What can I write that as? 1. Good. Not bad. Goed, en ons gaan aan. Okay, hierdie ene kon jy bietjie linkerkant, bietjie regterkant gewerk het, but it is quite easy if you just go left hand side, do it all the way. Okay, but if you get stuck, if you can't get the left hand side all the way to the right hand side, do you agree that you can at least expand that tan squared x to sin squared x over cos squared x? Then do that, okay? Dan kry jy ten minste daai een uitbreidingspunt. Okay, maar hierdie ene is nie so moeilik nie. So hy's klaar as een breek geskryf. So ek gaan begin deur te faktoriseer. In the top part, I can factorize out the common factor of cos x. Onthou jy mag nie uitkanselleer as al meer as een term bo of onder is. So you cannot go doing this. Nee? Want hy's nog nie gefaktoriseer nie. Bottom, I'm also going to factorize out cos, and now I can cancel out those two because I only have one term. Nee, so dan kan ek die cos x en die cos x uitkanselleer. Hierbo het ek net daai ene oor en as wat kan ek dit skryf? Sin kwadraat x. En hieronder het ek net hierdie hakie oor. As wat kan ek hierdie hakie skryf? Cos kwadraat x. En wat is daai? Okay. Onthou ek het mos vir julle gesê hierdie ene moet, as hy tot die mag 3 is, dan is dit sin tot die mag 3 oor cos tot die mag 3, né? Die ander ene werk nie so nie. Hy moet wees sin kwadraat plus cos kwadraat is 1. So die kwadrate moet daar wees. Okay. Number 7. Okay, here you had to use some of your, almost want to say basic algebra knowledge. Okay, kyk ook vir my altyd uit vir daai op tan. If it is a fraction and the tan is at the bottom, remember that is the same as cos over sine, né? So tan is sin oor cos. Maar 1 op tan, so when tan is at the bottom of the fraction, it is equal to cos over sine. So cos goes at the top, sine goes at the bottom. Nee, ek het gister in die video ook daaroor gepraat. Kyk net mooi na die. Dit is nie nog 'n identiteit nie, dit is net 'n afleiding wat ons kan maak uit daai ander ene van tan. Okay, so here I'm going to transform the tan to, do you see sine goes at the bottom, cos goes at the top. So this tan I wrote as cos over sine. Jy kon hom uitgehaal het en gesê het gedeel deur tan en dan maal jy met sy resiprook ook. It comes down to the same thing. As long as the cos is at the top and the sine is at the bottom. Okay, dan hierdie ding wat onder die vierkantswortel staan, kan mos geskryf word as cos kwadraat theta. Okay, yeah, I can simplify, so I only have cos theta. And the square root of something to the power of 2 just cancels out one another. And cos theta minus cos theta is 0. All nog good? You also had number 8, right? Okay. So this one is a bit more difficult to start with, so I'm going to go start with the tan. Because that is something that you can immediately get your mark for. Okay, hierdie is nie so duidelik om te sien waar om te begin nie. Maar ek gaan sê, okay, al kry ek geen ander punt en nie kan ek ten minste sê, ek weet dat tan kwadraat theta gelyk is aan sin kwadraat theta oor cos kwadraat theta. Good. Okay. Plus 1. Now in the video I made yesterday for you guys or in the class, I said you always use 3 skills when you are working with this. Nee? Die eerste een is om daai 2 identiteite te gebruik. So the 2 identities we did, we already applied one of them. Okay, hier is nie nog een wat ons kan toepas nie. Of ons kan daai een gaan skryf as sin kwadraat plus cos kwadraat, maar dit gaan my nie eintlik help nie. The other one is factorization. There's no factorization that I can do here, right? And then I told you, if you have a fraction, make everything one fraction. So that's what I'm going to do now. What will the common denominator be? Cos squared, right? Okay. I don't know if you guys are good with this, but let's just go through it quickly. So, ons sê mos, hoe kom ek van hierdie ene se noemer tot by hierdie ene se noemer? You times by 1. So I times the top by 1 as well. So that just remains sine squared. Okay. Then do you agree this one's denominator is 1? Okay. How do you get from this denominator to this denominator? You times by cos squared. So you have to times the top part by cos squared as well. So you still have to know everything else from maths as well. Okay. En nou het ons hierdie identiteit wat ons kan gebruik. Okay, en die laaste een was 12, nee. How did it go with number 12? Nee? At least get some of the marks. Okay, so ek gaan weer aan die linkerkant begin. Ek wil nie julle moet dink mense begin altyd aan die linkerkant nie. Mense begin gewoonlik aan die linkerkant. But it's not like a given rule. Okay, so don't get sucked into always starting on the left-hand side. You actually have to look at the sum. So this one, you can't do much with 1 over cos. No? Stem in the sum. So that's why I'm starting on the left-hand side, because there I have something to do. And the thing that I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to go and write the tan as as sine over cos. And I get that mark at least. Okay, now we're back to those 3 skills. We don't have another one of our identities that we can apply. There's no factorization, but I can go and write those 2 fractions as 1. What will the common denominator be? Nee? Onthou jou hakie. So ek vat basies net die 2 noemers en ek sit hulle saam. Okay. Now I'm going to say, with what did I have to multiply this denominator to get to this common one? With cos x. Stem julle saam? So ek maal bo ook met cos x, and then I'm left with cos squared x. Good? Now I'm going to say, with what did I have to multiply this to get to this? With that whole bracket, né? So dan gaan ek sê, ek gaan my sin x bring en hom maal met die hakie. Okay, and I'm simplifying that. Like that. And do you agree that this part and that part, even though they're not standing next to one another, so what does that equal to? 1, né? Ek kan mos, omdat alles van hulle plus is, kan ek hulle mos rondskuif soos ek wil, né? Jy hoef nie, wanneer jy besig is met 'n toets vir my te highlight wat jy alles na alles toe verander het. Ek doen dit vir julle sodat julle sien. Ek is nie net besig om hier te doen wat ek wil nie. Okay, en nou gaan daai hele ene met daai hele ene uitkanselleer.